everyone, and welcome to the newest episode of Build a Build. Today we will be looking at the top tree Dawnblade in Destiny 2 with a build I like to call Archangel. If you're someone that likes picking people off with bows from afar, soaring through the air, and just laying waste to your enemies like a B-52 bomber, then this is going to be the build for you. This is a simple build that does not have too many moving parts, but when it clicks, it really clicks. The amount of damage you can do and see your enemies shocked at how much damage you are doing without any meta weapons is going to be great. We're mainly going to be using the exotic primary auto rifle Monte Carlo and putting it together with the likes of the Claws of Ahamkara, the exotic Warlock gauntlets, so we have 2 melee charges, which is double the missiles. Beyond that, on our secondary slot, you're going to want a bow. Personally, I use the Last Wish raid bow, Tyranny of Heaven, since it has a very short draw time of 540 and 2 of my favorite bow perks, Snapshot Sights and Archer's Tempo, but use whatever bow you're comfortable with. Personally, if you're looking for another secondary bow, Hush is always nice and it is a guaranteed drop from the Drifter Pinnacle quest from a few seasons ago. For the heavy, I use the Moss Epoch 3 with track and cluster bombs for quick kills, but feel free to use whatever is comfortable to you since the heavy does not affect the build too much. To fit the theme of Archangel, try to use something that does well in the air. Now to the nitty-gritty part. For your armor, you're going to want to have as high of a strength stat as humanly possible. If you have the proper elemental rolls to get bow and auto rifle perks, it's nice. But honestly, that comes second to making sure you always have a melee charge or 2 up. However, the 2 perks you're going to want to have are the Solar Plexus mod for your class item and the Enhanced Rifle Loader mod. Since we are going to be constantly shooting at our Monty missiles, this increase in damage will be very helpful. Even though the tracking on these missiles are amazing, sometimes 1 or 2 of the 3 won't hit since we're dealing with quick hunters, so that bump up in damage will help in case you miss a bit. Each missile does about 44 damage a missile, so you're looking at about 132 damage if they all hit, which will happen a lot. Enhanced Rifle Loader is mainly for the Monte Carlo, so you're going to want it to be topped off if you're getting your shots in so you can refill your melee charges. If you can get an Enhanced Unflinching Rifle too, even better since we're going up against the Recluse, Luna's Howl, etc. So we're going to want it to perfectly trace the heads of our enemies to get the melee refills and kills as cleanly as possible. The main battle plan of the build is to get a quick shot off with your bow, and from there use your melee for easy kills. You can switch the order around if it's easier to hit with missiles first, and then use your bow. On top of that, I put on the quick access sling on my bow, so even if you're out of melee charges, you can quickly change to the Monte Carlo after the bow shot to take out the rest of the enemy's life and get your melee back in the process as well. My favorite thing about this build is the ease of use and room for customization it has. I threw on a hands-on mod on the class item as well, but if you like, you can put on the Guardian Angel perk instead, so you can get the healing orbs on bow headshots to make healing easier. Being able to take out foes from a distance with either headshots, body shots, or melee just feels fantastic. Your range of movements and mobility are also increased with top tree Dawnblade, so you can outmaneuver and deliver beautiful rockets on your enemies. Flying above snipers and Recluse users and taking them out with your aerial arsenal is just magical. The only major drawbacks of this build is you have a little to no short range game, no sidearm or shotgun for the campers or corner huggers, so you're going to have to use your grenade if you think someone is going to ape you. Especially with this new sidearm meta, you're going to be on your toes, pre-charge your bow, and quickly get off your melee so your enemy doesn't get a chance to breathe. So that's it for the Archangel build. I'll have a lot more interesting combination of builds coming in the future. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Build to Build, but for now, I hope you have an awesome day.
Double down. You're in first place. First place. You call that a win? I call it a massacre.